Here we go with another show. The 15 Red Podcast is back, guys, and we're live on Facebook with Mike MacArthur from... Well, you're all right, Mike. Have I said something amusing?
What an intro. What an intro. Very, very North American.
Every time I sing, apparently I've got an American voice.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're in America, sort of, with Mike, the Vancouver. How are you this morning?
Always good, dude.
Excellent.
Always good.
And we're in Antigavin in Northern Ireland with Scott MacArthur. I forgot your name, Scott. Sorry.
Oh, you're all right, Graham.
I was so overcome with the intro.
All
Sorry,
good here, all good here. Just enjoying John's performance today. That was marvellous.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a second. And I'm here in Burton-on-Trent, where the evening's just falling. So, yes, 6 o'clock. So it's Friday, the 26th of February, guys. Already the 26th of Feb. We're flying along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not long before the World Championships.
No, that's right. Not long. A couple of months.
Yeah. April 17th.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it already. And the standard of snooker is getting better and better before we get to that tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
We've covered the Welsh Open, which was a great tournament, and Jordan Brown coming through that and all that stuff, and a bit of a shock and everything. And now we're into the Players' Championship. And last night was the quarterfinal, between Ronnie and Jack Lisowski. And you watched that game, both of you. I saw it from about 3-0-ish. But Ronnie was so aggressive from what I saw. He was unbelievable. We'll start with Scott. We'll start with Scott on Ronnie's performance.
Sublime. Sublime. End of story. Good night. That was tremendous.
Well, I'll expand a few more words on that. I'll just say
I was just going to say
few more words, but not many more. And you can add whatever ones afterwards. I'll say majestic, magnificent, glorious, blissful, sublime, first class, skillful, sterling, exemplary, outstanding. Anything else?
Magnificent.
Magnificent. Yeah, that was in there. Yeah, that's there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavenly sent almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was have you ever seen Ronnie in such aggressive mood? And I will use that word aggressive because that's what it was. It was attacking.
I've seen
it was all out.
I've seen him in aggressive mood. I've seen him very aggressive. I remember the Northern Ireland Trophy in 2007. He made 5 centuries in the best of 9 against Ali Carter.
Well, he's not like, and I think you know this as well, Mike, that he's not like any other player on the circuit.
Correct.
If you watch Ronnie, the way he walks around the table is fluent. Even his speed around the table is better compared to other players out there. His quality on shots, his timing on shots, his positioning of the ball, his cue ball control, it's just something there. You know, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember Clive Everton was commentating on the Champion of Champions final between him and Judd Trump in 2014. And Ronnie was majestic, and Clive said, "I'm beginning to run out of superlatives."
Yeah.
And if Clive Everton's running out of superlatives, you know it's good.
Well, I was just going to say as well that them players like Neil Forwards, Stephen Hendry, they say how hard the game is. Joe Johnson said it as well, right?
Yeah.
And Ronnie comes along and makes it look like a kid's game. You know, that's it. It's just, I just can't get over the talent of the man. And now, my dad, Neil Drayton, said when he first come out in 92, 93, 94, he wasn't like, you know, he's quick, but he wasn't bothered so much, you know, and you've seen a complete difference in him in 30 years. A complete difference.
Yeah, he's like no other athlete, dominating his sport at his age with his just sheer dominance. Like, we're never going to see this again, like in our lifetime for sure.
I honestly don't think, I agree with you, Mike. I don't think we will see a better player in any sport. And we was talking about it. Steve Davis said it, didn't he? About who's the top of their game, who's the top of their sport. And in any sport, apart from football, rugby, cricket, because that's like team games.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that doesn't count.
You get someone like, I mentioned Lewis Hamilton to you, Mike, off air last night, who's won, his world championships, but it doesn't add up to what. Well, it's an Grand Prix F1 sort of individual. They have a teammate, but it's still got to be one. It's a completely different sport. Get that.
Yeah.
But Ronnie and Roger Federer, Tiger Woods, they don't match up. And no,
not a chance. Because these guys haven't aged very well. Like they've had great careers as well, and it's not about saying these guys haven't. It's just Ronnie's just one full level above them. I know you said that yesterday off air, Graham. Like Ronnie seems to be a full level ahead of any opponent.
And I honestly do think he's a grade above Trump. Like level above Trump, and he would beat Trump. I know you said about the world final with Judd and Trump and Ronnie. I know you said that would be a dream final. Yes, it would. It would be fantastic. I mean, they'd put each other's lights out. But I think Ronnie would have the edge. That's just my personal view.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good one.
There's only one man that has ever been able to match him, and it was the man that was playing this afternoon. John
Higgins.
He's the only one that's ever got near him. And even then, he's not got that near him.
No,
I don't think. I know how much Higgins is respected as a player and how good he is and the quality, but he hasn't got what Ronnie's got. He just hasn't got that finesse about him.
No, but he is an all-time great. Like I have him as third.
He is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That goes without saying. But what I'm saying is about the gradings of them two. Ronnie's way above.
No, well, I put them equal, I'm afraid. With Ronnie slightly above, maybe.
Slightly? Oh wow, that's a take and a half.
Bold statement, that, Scott. That's a really.
It might be bold, but it's a firm view, I'm afraid.
Wow.
Okay.
So where do you have him with like Tiger Woods and Roger Federer, Ronnie O'Sullivan? Like, just curious, Scott.
Can I just ask a question? What time are you wrapping up tonight? Because, just answer the question.
I don't know.
Because you need to get some date.
Where do you have Ronnie when you rates in other sports there, Graham?
Well, above anybody in any other sport, because, like we said earlier,
if you're talking other sports, I put Ronnie on the top, but if you're talking pure snooker, I put Ronnie and John kind of equal.
Okay, so let's just change the question for a second here, just to put some perspective on it, Scott. Where do you put John Higgins when it comes to like Tiger Woods and Roger Federer and Lewis Hamilton?
I may be biased, but I put him above all of them.
Oh wow! Yeah, we're off on that. We're different there, I think. But that's a good take. I mean, it's a good take, but yeah, I would have Ronnie O'Sullivan above all of those guys, and then I have John kind of beneath Roger Federer and all them.
I mean, do you remember a player called Pete Sampras?
Yeah.
He won so many times at Wimbledon, but he only did it in the space of a few years, like, I don't know, 5-10 years. Ronnie's been there for 30 solid years in one sport at the top level.
But so was John.
Yeah, to be fair, John's done the same thing too. Yeah,
I'm not discounting that. I'm not discounting Higgins at all. He is up there without a doubt.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some other intangibles that Ronnie has that None of
I
these
agree with you. I do agree with you there.
Ronnie's still dominating at 45. Is Higgins dominating, Scott, when he hasn't won any
He's
ranking?
not. He's not dominating the sport.
No,
I agree
He's
there.
he
I
dominates.
agree there.
I
But
think he did do back in the early 2000s,
yeah,
late 90s. But Ronnie's continuously doing it.
yeah. Although you have to bear in mind, Ronnie's lost 3 finals this season.
True, but does it actually matter? Is what I'm asking. He's only got one real tournament in mind. This is all of one big practice session for April 17th.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think there's anything else on his mind besides that.
I totally agree, Mike. I totally agree that he's gearing up for the world champs.
Yeah.
But
In the
anyway,
meantime,
Ronnie was sublime last night,
and possibly John is too. I mean, John beat Mark Selby 6-0 today. So let's go with that argument.
yeah,
You know, to beat Mark Selby in itself is a task. It's an achievement. But to beat him 6-0 without giving him a sniff, that takes some doing as well.
I mean,
full credit to Higgins for that.
I mean, the aggregate score on points wise, 546 to 7. 7 points Selby scored in 6 frames.
yeah, he didn't pot a ball in the first 3.
Well, he did, but then he followed the weight straight in the first frame.
That's a foul. But
Yeah. Okay.
he had a 60, a 70, and a 63 before Selby even got a sniff. So
Yeah.
John was all business for sure. I mean, I can't knock that, but John doesn't do it on a consistent basis.
That's
one of my knocks.
another thing. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
That would be my case against the statements. And I'm talking.
Let me say this. I think the dream final is still on, and I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, Ronnie and
John.
Higgins. Yeah, it is still on.
Kyron will
and it's a
test them, but I think John will come through.
I don't want to break anyone's heart, but I'm going to take Kyron Wilson to win tomorrow night.
Ooh.
That's my pick.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna give you guys a nice after-match conversation.
No.
Kyron's gonna be.
So you're going Wilson.
Yeah, and now bear
Kyron Wilson.
in mind Mike's not here tomorrow.
Oh, I'll come back.
That's why you're saying it, Scott. So yeah, you're going with Wilson. Okay, we'll put that in your predictions there. But overall, like we say for today's match, Higgins, like I didn't see it, but he blitzed Selby away. You know, so
He also said
there's nothing more you can say to that. But was just not a biased opinion here, Scott, non-biased opinion against John or Ronnie. Was he as sublime as Ronnie in his win today?
Yeah. It was a different sort of sublime, because John kept making sort of 50 and 60 and then shutting the door.
he made a century as well in frame 5.
I know he did, but I'm talking in general. John, made 60, 70 and then shut the door. It was just.
So was it a case of just Higgins frustrating Selby, or was Selby not on his game at all? Was there a case of that?
Get in. He couldn't get in.
Exactly.
Every time Selby came to the table, he was either stuck on the bulk cushion or stuck behind a colour.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's quickly as you can put it. I would agree. It was a tough grind for him. So.
And I mean, Selby's done that to plenty of opponents down the years. So
absolutely, and I was quite surprised to see the score at 6-0. In fairness, I was like, really 6-0? Higgins? That's
12.
It's a bit of a shocker.
Well, about a 12 for John, though.
Yeah.
Yes, frame wide, yeah, absolutely.
But Kyron will
John
test him, of course.
John also said it was the best performance of his career, and this is spanning like 29 years, and this is his best. He said, by his own accounts, that was the best he's ever played.
Mm. And as you said earlier, Mike, has he burnt his engines out already?
Oh, there's going to be something. And Kyron's playing pretty good. I know he's an underdog, but I mean, is John going to blitz him again?
I mean, Kyron beat Neil Robertson 6-2. Let's not forget that.
Played free.
Yeah. And he also beat Ryan Day 6-1. So he's no mug, Kyron, as soon as we know.
No, indeed not. And whatever happens now, you would assume that Ronnie will win tonight against Hawkins. But whatever happens now, if Ronnie makes it, it will be a repeatable world final.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because he played both John and Kyron in world finals.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
John in 2001 and Kyron in 2020. So
I'm actually more compelled for the Higgins-Wilson semi-final than I am Barry Hawkins and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah,
I think
Ronnie. I think on current form, Ronnie will blitz Hawkins away.
I don't think he'll blitz him, but I go about 6-3, I think.
So on the predictions then, Scott, are we both going tomorrow? Tonight, sorry. Is it
tonight? Yeah, tonight.
Yeah. Okay,
and
so
then
we're both going O'Sullivan. And then Wilson and Higgins tomorrow.
I got to go
John
there.
Higgins. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've sort of called for an O'Sullivan Higgins final all week, so.
Are you going O'Sullivan tonight, Mike?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'll go because I'm going to go Wilson just to like play devil's advocate. I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott, but I'm just Oh, and by the way, are we predicting a 147 off any of these guys?
No. No. I don't think there'll be one.
I nearly fell out of my chair. Who you got?
No, I'm saying, are we predicting there's going to be one from these guys?
Oh, I thought you were saying you were predicting.
No,
for a second.
I'm saying, are we predicting there's going to be one?
I won't pick one.
No.
I'm over already.
No.
You lost points already. No. Okay, we'll say we won't vote on a 147 then, just to make that fair. So
what's the table looking like after last night, by the way?
Oh, the table, yes. So with today's results, I'm just seeing that. Scott, you've predicted since the start of this, since the Welsh Open, 30 correct answers.
Yeah.
You've had 8 wrong, and you've got 60 points, even with the quiz points and everything on top. So you've got 17 quiz answers, right? 60 points. Mike, you're second. You've predicted 21 right, 10 wrong, 5. You only got 5 in the quiz, so you've got 42 points.
Okay.
That's 18 behind Scott.
It's a long way.
Yeah, and I've predicted 21 right, 13 wrong, 36 points, 30 points, and I only got 3 right in the quiz, which is terrible. And I'm 12 behind you, Mike, and you're 28 behind. Sorry, 18 behind Scott. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Well, I think we're all probably going to get 2 tonight.
Yeah, but the difference is Graham and I will get 2 tomorrow when Kyron knocks out John. that's where we're at. Scott.
Mike, I've got to put up with the diggings tomorrow. You're not there. I've got to put up with the rubbing, Oh dear. What did the granddad used to call it? It's a word. It's not coming to me, but he used to say something. Anyway. It's gone now, but yeah. So no 147's predicted. So we're going with Ronnie tonight. What score are we predicting? Just out of interest.
6-2.
6-3.
Are you giving Hawkins 2 frames? Are you giving Hawkins 3 frames?
I'm giving Hawkins 3.
Okay, I'll go 6-1.
Yeah.
Harsh.
One of us will be right.
Sorry. Sorry.
I'm talking on the scoreline. I'm not talking on the result.
Yeah. I can't, about 6-1, yeah, is about right. And then Kyron and Higgins tomorrow, of course. And Scott's overwhelmingly saying Higgins will win.
6-4, John.
You know, honestly though, if non-biased opinion towards Wilson,
Kyron
do you think he's got?
Could do it. I'm saying he'll test him, but bear in mind, John hasn't dropped a frame.
That makes my point. The law of averages here, Scott.
That's why I'm saying 6-4. John Kyron will win frame, but I'm saying John will win.
Yeah, no, it's a good pick. I'm just not going with it. That's all. One of us will be right.
No, I think Wilson's good enough to take on.
Of course. I'm not saying Kyron won't, but I'm just saying I think John will.
Are we then of course after the Players' Championship is the Gibraltar, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
the best of 7 festival.
Yeah, and Stephen Hendry's comeback is imminent, guys. I've got to say, it's coming. It's coming.
Scott, are you looking forward to that?
Yes and no. I'm looking forward to seeing him, but he's going to play rubbish, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been saying this.
Do you give him a
frame? Yeah.
So do you see him in the frame?
He loses 4-1 to Celtic.
Okay. And that's been kind.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be running right back to the commentary box.
Back into retirement, Stephen, is it?
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, there's plenty of Stephen Hendry fans out there,
and
we don't want it.
We are 3 of them, by the way. We're not slating Stephen. But
no. We're not disrespecting him, of course.
No. But we just don't like the idea of his comeback.
And I just can't see him doing any good in the tournament, even in the World Championships, even qualifiers. I can't see him. No.
Can't see it. Don't see it. Wish I
Wouldn't it be good if he got angles in the qualifiers?
Yeah. He might. Who knows?
It'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see how he gets on after a few tournaments. Because you've got Gibraltar, then you've got the Tour Championship, haven't you?
Oh, well, he's not going to be in the Tour Championship because you have to be in the top 8 on the 1-year list.
And then you've got the World Championship qualifiers.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see how he goes along. I mean, he's in practice now. He's got a table at home and he's practicing away and commentating and whatever.
Well, he's at Milton Keynes currently.
No, that's interesting.
What do we made of the Milton Keynes venue, by the way? I know there's no crowd there, but what have we made of Milton Keynes?
Well, I mean, I'm sick of the place. Looking at the place, to be honest. I mean, they've been there since the very, very start. But there again, when they went to the Celtic Manor, it was nice to see some other venue. It was lovely. And I know some current situations are forbidding them to play anywhere. I know, but it's nice to see other countries when they do go out there.
Yeah.
And the Tour Championship will come back to Celtic Manor.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Celtic Manor.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's a nice venue in small doses. Put it that way. Are you there, Mike?
Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done its job, but I mean, I like the circuit. You see the different arenas with different crowds and stuff. It's just a much better format. Even the overseas matches, the China Open or whatever, you see a different setup. It's good. So hopefully sooner than later we can be back to that.
Yeah. And they'll be back in Sheffield. So I wouldn't. Could you ever see? Can you imagine the World Championship being played at Milton Keynes? That would be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
I think I would literally faint if Barry Hearn announced that.
He'd faint.
I say cancel it or postpone it. It didn't do that.
No,
Yeah.
but
It's
they proved they could do it without crowds at Sheffield last year, so they
Absolutely.
can do it all right.
They were thinking about moving the World Championships at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, in about
It wouldn't have worked.
2007 or so, but
It wouldn't have
No.
worked, would it?
no. Alan, we keep mentioning Angles tonight, but Angles wrote a blog and he said that there are a lot of things about the Crucible that, aren't practical. It's too small, the backstage thing's too small, but all those sort of practical considerations are overwritten by all that history and all that, like, wonderful, like, sentiment that is just surrounding it.
yeah, I know. You
No.
couldn't see it being played anywhere.
No,
I-
I couldn't
There'd be
either.
some backlash for it if they went somewhere else too.
Like I said to you off air one day recently there, Michael, I'd love to go in 2027.
Oh yeah, the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be good. I think
Yeah.
it's there to stay. I don't see.
Well,
I sincerely hope so.
the
Yeah,
Crucible have a contract until 2027, so
Yeah, they should stay there. They should not even dream about moving it to
or
Midland.
changing
Exactly.
the length of the matches.
Have you ever been to the Crucible, Mike?
No, I have not been. That's on my bucket list.
It's a fantastic venue, isn't it?
Yeah,
Scott?
I've been there. Tremendous. What? It's weird to describe, but it's like it's just feeling that all that history has taken place in that one room for 40 odd years. It's wonderful.
There was an interview with Dennis Taylor and Ronnie O'Sullivan, and they was talking in the Crucible, and Ronnie was saying to him, "Can you believe that just down there, in '85, all them years ago, that you and Steve played that match?" And he said, "I can't believe it's been that long." Even Dennis can't. He said it was yesterday. And he said, it's just one of them things that you just even though the years have rolled by, all the stuff that's happened there, it feels like yesterday. It does.
I know.
I know. Thorburn Max in '83. Like Ronnie's 5-minute maximum.
Hmm?
That was 24 years ago.
Yeah, that's bizarre stuff. Time. Mick Price remembers
Yeah.
it, I'm sure.
Oh God, yeah. I doesn't want to remember it. But do you remember the black ball finish between Stephen Hendry and Nigel Bond?
2006, that was classic.
That was classic when Bond had won it, and then
And then
put the right into the
went
middle,
off.
went in off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he won eventually. Bonded.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat him eventually. And the other one that's just come to mind, black ball finish. Well, was it not black ball finish?
Griffiths and what?
I know
I can't
Henry
remember. But there's so many.
played a decider in 2002.
Ah,
Henry Upton.
Yeah.
The final decider.
Yeah, but before that decider, I think that final before the deciding frame, that frame before the decider, was one of the best frames.
Yeah.
Because Ebden missed the black for the championship. Stephen went on to clear.
And the look on his face when he missed the black.
Yeah, he arched his back, didn't he? He was like,
He was like, no, but he was like, he opened his mouth like.
Oh, the other one I've just remembered. Mark Allen, when he potted the black and went in off and lost the match. I remember,
But
that was just come to mind, but can't remember who he was playing now.
It was Chow Yu Peng. That was the year I was over, actually.
Oh, yeah. I think that was the same year I was over as well.
If only we had known back in 2012.
I know.
Yeah.
I think I was there for the morning session. I think you were there for
I was
another
there
day.
the second round in the evening and the afternoon.
Yeah, and I was
What matches?
there for quarterfinals. Yeah.
So you were there after me then.
I was there the day that Stephen played one of his last match. Well, his last match at the Crucible.
Against
Yeah,
Wyatt?
well, I was there the match before. It was awful.
So you were there the day before me.
Yeah.
Deary me, Scott. Deary me, what's going on?
If only we had known then.
I know. And then I went back, of course, in 2018. So I
Your
really
Willow's
enjoyed
big
it.
triumph.
Yeah. But the venue, Mike, is great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
definitely want-
Strict rules though, and of course, when I went to Champions in Coventry, very strict rules.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, I don't mean to be indiscreet about my father, but the time we went to Sheffield, there was 1:50 break in the entire evening session. My father missed it because it was the frame after the interval, and he'd gone to the toilet during the interval, but he wasn't back in time.
And there's
Just
strict on all that stuff.
Just remind
No
me
seat.
of the guy with Max Selby's 1447.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that guy when he came back in and he just came back in and he wouldn't look at it and he goes, I know.
And then you missed the decider.
Then I missed the decider. Yeah, I had to go down outside and watch it on the telly. That was me laughing at the bloke who missed the 147. That was my turn. And then he said after he saw me coming out and he said, "Enjoy it on the telly, did you?" I was like, I know. Yeah. Yeah, good time.
So the
Good
Crucible's
time.
definitely on the bucket list, gents.
Oh, yes.
For all three of us to do this show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, that'd be great.
Yeah, try and grab some fans,
Please
players,
learn.
whatever. Yes.
Yeah, we go
Yes.
from there.
You know, I won't say what this guy said to me on air, but basically we met her and I had my photo with her
Yeah.
and stuff. And the guy who took the photo, give her the camera back and he says, "Well, mate, you won't kick her out, I bet." Oh, I was like, wow, okay. And he said all the things that made me think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Anyway,
but I
back
met
to-
her Dad and I met her in 2012 as well. I was there for 2 days and it was just tremendous.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Good atmosphere there, huh?
Oh,
Even out
David,
like town
Steve-
comes alive.
Steve Davis annoyed me that
He done
day. I'm still absolutely frustrated by him.
Yeah,
then-
he didn't
and then
annoy
the
me.
guy-
I talked to him. Very pleasant. Only thing
Yeah.
is he can't remember anything about his career.
You and him didn't get along, I can imagine.
What?
Well, if you're telling him all about his career matches and frames won and frames lost and all that,
I'm sure he wants
you know,
to know that.
I
Well,
could see him getting a little
well.
agitated.
Another thing as well. Do you know what the Winter Gardens when they have that like table where
Yeah.
the BBC do their?
I've
Oh,
played on that
yeah.
table. I actually played on that table, yeah.
So was my father actually, but when we were there, the WPBSA had, you know, the World Snooker Association had coaches there for coaching kids and things, and I got talking to one of these coaches, and you know how far back he had to go for me to get a question wrong?
Oh my life, Scott.
1952 I had to go back to before I got one wrong. Me,
Oh, boy.
me and this fella were just ding-donging where they bounced off each other for about 15 minutes. My father was looking at me as if to say, "Where did I get you from?"
I was just going to say, Mike, is there any point to having a quiz?
I do have
Ah.
one for Scott today, believe it or
Oh,
not.
now is this for the?
But
Is this
but I
for
must-
taking points on or off?
I'll let Scott decide, but I must preface, you're going to have to go quite a ways back in the archive.
Right.
Okay. Joe Davis was the first player to score a century in a World Championships.
Right.
Who was his opponent? 1935, Scott.
Jingos. As my dad would say, when my dad would say as a hard question come up, he'd say, bloody jingos. Where do you get that from?
Oh, I think I've
Sydney Smith.
No. Tom Newman.
Oh,
And he made 110.
can we take a point off him for that?
Nah.
I just wanted to see where he was at on his history.
I'll remember that now.
Yeah, Tom Newman he made a 110 against Tom Newman for the first century in a World Championship.
But that was 1935, so that's
Correct.
what, 6
1935.
years after the World Championship started.
I know you've got everything covered from like 1940 onwards, so I figured I better just push it back just ahead just to see if you.
1939, yeah.
Here, right. I'm gonna get my own back now.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it!
I'm gonna get my own back now.
All right.
Stop yourself.
No. Right. Who won the highest break in the 1984 World Championship?
1984.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Jimmy White.
No.
It's going to be an obscure one. It's not going to be like Steve Davis or
No.
any of those
Oh
guys.
yeah, I
It's gonna
bet
be an
it's someone who went out in round one.
Yeah. 1984 World Championships. Who made the highest break? Is that the question?
Yeah. He was a BBC commentator.
John Burko.
No.
Willie
No.
Thorpe.
Rex Williams.
I was just going to say, yeah, put us out of our misery, Scott, please.
1-3.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rex Williams with a 138.
Wow, not even a 140.
No.
Oh.
right.
Miller.
Do you want? Would you guys prefer a quiz? I've got 5 questions to give you if you want one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
To go on the old point system, we'll do it that way as well.
Go ahead. Go
Are
ahead.
you ready?
Go on.
Don't shout your answer out. Like before, don't shout your answer
Right.
out. Give me an answer. Number 1, which player was once successfully claiming the cost of 6 pints of lager before every match as a tax-deductible expense?
He's a Canadian.
Okay, that's question 1.
Pretty obvious,
Question 2.
I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Who won his 4th world title in 2011?
Who won his 4th title?
Which player? Sorry, question 3. Which player was ranked number 1 in the world from February 2015 to March 2019?
Who was ranked number 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
2015 to 2019. Okay.
Okay. The 2018 world champion turned up to the winners' press conference wearing what?
2018.
World champion.
Okay.
But not who it was, but what did he turn up to the conference wearing? And the last question is, which player came to be known as the People's Champion because of his popularity? There's your 5. So, going back to question 1, which player was once successfully claiming the cost of 6 pints of lager before every match as a taxable deductible expense? Mike.
Bill Werbel. Canadian. Bill Werbel.
Scott?
Bill Werbel.
Correct. Well done. So that's 2 and 2 points for you both there. Question 2. Who won his 4th world title in 2011? Scott.
Joe Higgins.
Mike.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
John Higgins.
Ah, nice one.
And not for a bonus point though, Scott, but what was the score in the and who did he beat?
1815, he beat Judd Trump.
There you go.
Oh, all right.
Question 3. Which player was ranked number 1 in the world from February 2015 to 2019?
Mark Selby.
Mark
Scott?
Selby.
All right.
Correct, gentlemen. Correct. Well done. Okay, that was question 3. Question 4 was the 2018 world champion turned up to the women's press conference wearing what? Scott?
A towel.
Mike?
Yeah, he was wearing nothing. Like he was nude. Mark Williams said he would do the press conference with nothing on.
Well, the answer is a towel. He had a towel covering his. Yeah.
Okay.
That's 2. 1
That's 2 for Scott.
behind for there. And 5, the final question was, which player came to be known as the People's Champion because of his popularity? Scott?
Well, there's 2. It could be Alex or it could be Jimmy.
I put both. There's Jimmy and Alex. I've got both of those.
Well, the answer I've got is Alex Higgins.
Yeah.
So who put Alex?
I put Alex Higgins and Jimmy White because they both.
We put both.
I'll put one each there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll put that on the prediction table soon.
Beautiful.
There you go. That's a good quiz there, guys. Thank you.
So what's that on the prediction table then?
Right. I'm just gonna add to it now. You two have a discussion about something if you want.
Yeah.
Here's a bonus one, Mike, but we'll not add this on. How many ranking titles has John Higgins won? Or how many ranking titles did John Higgins win while he was a teenager?
3?
Correct.
Not bad.
He did done well there, Mike, to get that one.
Yeah.
Correct.
I wasn't sure it was 2 or 3. So.
And then you got and then you lost one, Scott, on that last question. But it was Alex. It was dodgy. So, but
Yeah.
So
that's fine. I'll take.
Who was Jimmy's
Scott,
opponent on the max at the Crucible?
What's that?
Who was Jimmy's opponent on the max at the Crucible? Graham.
Oh, I know that one. That's an easy one.
Oh yeah, Kirk Stevens.
No, Tony Drago.
Oh,
Kirk Stevens,
Drago.
Masters.
Yeah.
Kirk
Oh,
Stevens.
yeah.
Although Kirk didn't actually win that match. Yeah.
It's a great match, man.
That was a great match.
Yeah.
That was a great match.
From a spectacle standpoint, anyway.
Yeah.
So Scott, I have an interesting question that we haven't talked about, and I'm just curious to know your thoughts.
Yeah.
What makes a great snooker player?
Technique. Ability.
Yeah.
Technique, ability. I don't place much on personality, but technique and ability for me. Those are the 2 things you need. Technique, ability, and mental strength.
Yeah,
Those
mental strength is up there for me.
Yeah.
Mental strength is up there for me.
Technique, ability, and mental strength, I think.
Stamina.
Yeah,
Stamina.
I think,
And we're not going on records, are we?
No. What makes a great sort of player?
yeah, if you were creating your own snooker player, how would you make him? That's basically what I'm saying. If you were to make your own player, and as Scott,
Well, they did this. They did this.
They haven't
I
done
think
it.
it was. Yeah,
really?
I can't remember. BBC did it, and they made a robotic player, making it up of different players, and they made the perfect. They tried to make like the perfect player.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd go for John Higgins on the mental side. Right? John on the
Mike's shaking his head, Scott. Mike's shaking his head.
John on the mental side, right? Ronnie
You're a brave
on
man.
the tech. Neil Robertson on the Q action.
Okay.
Ronnie on break building. And Mark Allen on cue ball control.
Oh, boy. I appreciate your patriotism, but that one fell well short. That fell well short. That.
Well, no, I probably would go
Now,
for
Scott,
Ronnie
I'm
on
gonna
the
get
cue
you
ball
back.
control,
Are you
actually.
joking? I'm going to get you back on that one.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
yeah, no, that was just a little sort of patriotic thing. I think I will go for Ronnie on cue ball control.
Found that amusing. That
But-
was good.
What? Oh, if
Well-
there was anything you're going to put down for Mark Allen, what would it be as a
Well, it
player?
would be cue
If there was
ball control. It would be cue ball.
some cue ball control.
Really?
Bottle.
I know Scott doesn't put a whole lot of stake into personality, and I understand, but I think his personality makes him pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's never going to be a world number one, but he's a very good player.
Yeah.
His cue ball control is good, but is it top strength? Debatable. But
I know.
yeah, I like his
But
personality.
but again-
That's just-
That was a slight. You're gonna give me some patriotism.
Yeah.
oh,
I
absolutely.
thought, yeah. I thought he was going to go for Jordan Brown, to be honest.
No, well, Jordan would probably admit that Mark's a better player anyway.
Say that's modern day. So who would you put from, say, the 80s and the 90s up there as a rank like you've just done?
Henry on break building. McManus on safety. You know, in the 90s, but in the 80s, Davis.
Davis for what, though, exactly?
Safety play.
Okay,
Tactics and
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that.
Ronnie for raw talent in the 90s.
Yep.
Ronnie was the sort of Judd Trump figure in those days. And sort of all around now you'd have to give it to somebody like Crafty Ken, maybe.
Yeah. Well, what about for showmanship? Like Alex Higgins or Jimmy White, they was like the showman of the day.
Yeah, but
Who today would you put in their category as showman?
probably Judd. Judd's the only real showman now, because I know Ronnie still has it, but Ronnie's so good technically that his technique almost does the showboating for him. He doesn't have to play flash shots because his technique's so good.
I would say Judd Trump is the ultimate like showman now. Like his style, his technique, his approach is quite different compared to the other guys. So
I should explain what we mean by technique is the way you address the cue ball. I mean, you'll know this better than I, Greg, because you play obviously, but
Yeah.
you know the way you address the cue ball. How many feathers would you do normally, Graham? You know,
I would say about. Well, sometimes I can play quicker. I have some sort of different action. Sometimes I'll play quick shots, say 2, maybe 3, and then the rest will be 5 or 6 on average.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
like on a tricky.
Yeah, the tricky shots.
Try and get into a rhythm of the same, no matter what the circumstance. I try and go. I'll just take the time away from the shot, and then 2 or 3, and then gone.
In and out, yeah. Who would you say today is like a Steve Davis?
John.
John Higgins. Okay.
I'd say Marcel that one.
On Steve Davis's level, Steve Davis was.
I mean, like safety play and personality, technique, even maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Can I know it's not really comparison, but I would say John Higgins is snooker's answer to Ian Botham.
Oh boy, that's a very bold proclamation.
He's
Yeah.
just good at everything.
It's a snooker show, not a cricket show.
Yeah. Well, I love that analogy, Scott. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying there, though?
To bring Ian Botham into a snooker debate, though, that's quite something. I bet Ian Botham will be right proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, though, I told Mike last night in a conversation that I saw Judd once, and he had a red on the bottom cushion near just behind the black spot, but it was dead tight against the cushion, and the white was on the right cushion, just above the pocket. You know, just halfway, not even about quarter way up the cushion, and he got down and whacked that red into that corner pocket, and I'm like, "How the hell did you do that, man?" That was just incredible.
Yeah, the man.
Without swearing, I'm like, where's he come from, this guy? What's he doing? It's just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
And if I tried that, it'd be all over the table.
That was.
Oh,
Just an incredible shot, whack, straight in.
But
I mean, just
you wouldn't put Judd's cue ball control up there with Ronnie's either, because like Judd needs those flash shots and things, because he hasn't got the bit. Well, his cue ball has got better, but he's not really got little sort of deft touches around the cue ball, has he?
no. I would put Ronnie's cue ball control above Judd,
Yeah.
without a doubt,
without.
and above Higgins, really.
John or Judd for
John or Judd.
cue ball control.
I think
Yeah.
John's a better positional player.
Yeah.
Judd's a better putter. John's a better positional player.
Than Judd, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But Judd is better at his long game.
Yeah. But mate, what's a better rivalry to watch? Ronnie and John or Ronnie and Judd?
Ronnie and Judd.
Yeah, I'll go with
Currently.
that. I'll go Ronnie and Judd.
See, yeah, see,
All right, Judd or Higgins.
I go with John any day of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Even over O'Sullivan.
No, well, if you're playing O'Sullivan, who would I rather see play O'Sullivan, Higgins or Trump? And I'll go with Higgins.
Do you think O'Sullivan would beat Higgins, say, if they make the final?
He probably would, but we got to see how John plays tomorrow night first.
I think Ronnie's best game beats anyone in the world.
Of course it does.
So,
I mean, I was saying to Mike off air, it could be now, it could be, Green, that John, just saying a fantasy word, that John beats Kyron 6-0 tomorrow. So like, right? Maybe it's 6-0 tomorrow.
All right.
John hasn't.
Well, imagine
John
that.
hasn't dropped a free get to the final. Then he gets blitzed about 10-2 or something by Ronnie.
Yeah.
yeah, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really would. I mean, let's consider Barry Hawkins for a minute because he's playing Ronnie.
Yeah.
Barry has beat you long 6-5.
Yeah.
He beat Stuart Bingham 6-2 in what people were saying were the most disgraceful match of the season.
It wasn't as bad as all that.
Nah.
So yeah, he beat Bingham 6-2. Which would you say that's on a reflection that Hawkins beating Bingham 6-2 you would expect?
Well, it's not a shock that Hawkins played well, but at the same time, he's been out of form the last year or so, so you put that down as a mini shock, I think.
Yeah, Mike, what do you think to that?
Yeah, I agree. Barry's been pretty out of it for about a year and a half. He slipped down the rankings. Wasn't a great match, so he was the better of the two in a bad match, maybe, or not so good match.
Do you think he's a player like Ding?
What's
Sort of
that?
on the downer, like a Ding Zhongwei, like he's on the downer a little bit. Hawkins.
Both of them. Yeah, Bingham and Barrier. Yeah.
Oh, Bingham as well. Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah,
would
Bingham
rate.
and Barrier.
You'd rate Bingham on the downhill.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
good player.
well, do you know in the race for the Crucible standings, Bingham is provisionally 22nd, so he will have to qualify if he doesn't.
Oh wow.
If he doesn't buck his ideas up, if you like.
That's something, isn't it? That
Yeah.
he's got. Yeah.
No. He probably would qualify.
And to say that he was world champion as well, like what was it?
Only 6 years ago.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's come right down since then.
He's
Yeah.
aged like milk. I mean, let's call it as it is.
Mm.
He's aged like milk.
Harsh, but okay.
Harsh, but okay. I was going to say he's aged like Robert Milkins. I was like, okay.
That shot was so chunky it reminded me of the milk in my fridge.
How old is the milk in your fridge? He hasn't been able to get any milk because we're in lockdown. Yeah.
It's as old as last time Stuart Bingham won a world championship.
You haven't took the milk out since he won that. Dear me.
Right, getting back to the serious stuff.
No, he's aged right like Robert Milkins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're talking about Robert Milkins, surely you could be talking about cider instead of milk.
Yeah, fair judge.
Back on. By the way, Gibraltar Open, Stuart Bingham is George Gerard Green in the opening round. Stuart, just have a look.
That's not an easy one for him.
No, it's not. Gerard Green is another player that's on there. That's, never been there around, but he's never been there. And this is what I was on about last night. Players who haven't progressed in the game very well. Gerard Green's one of them, who's just hanging around and not doing anything. Would you agree with
Two
that?
ranking finals, of course.
Yeah, would you agree with that, Scott, though, that he's not, he's never been on the upward curve,
Yeah,
Gerard Green?
of the 6 ranking event finals finalists in Northern Ireland that we produced, Dennis, Alex, Mark Allen, Jordan Brown, Gerard Green, Joe Swale. I'd say Gerard Green's the worst out of that list.
Wow. We appreciate your honesty there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is a good one. I think he's correct. We agree on that one, Scott.
Yeah. Even though you still hate Mark Selvage.
And I was just finding out who Barry Hawkins has got as well. By the way, this is interesting, right? Because if imagine Stephen Hendry beating Matthew Selfridge,
Right.
Okay, he would play Barry Hawkins or Lou Hong Ho.
Oh wow.
Yeah, just is in the same
Wow.
sort of draw there.
Just save the frustration. Just put Selt there. Just put Selt there.
That's ridiculous. Just imagine if Hendry did play Hawkins or Hong Ho. He'd be totally out of his depth with any of them two, wouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Hawkins especially, dear me. Anyway, shall we will that do
Yes.
it, gentlemen?
Any final thoughts?
Any final
going into the
thoughts? I think we're quite certain that Ronnie will go through
Ronnie
tonight
6-3,
against Auckland.
I think.
And I think,
Yep.
And I think we're going for Higgins O'Sullivan final.
That's
Hallelujah.
that's what Scott says. I'm not
That's what
saying
Scott
that.
said.
I'm saying it's a rematch of the World
And
Championship.
Mike.
final.
That's what the bookies say.
Is that right?
I think so. Yeah. Though I'm sure Higgins will be favourite over Wilson.
I would say yeah. Favorite after the way played.
But
All right,
would he
guys.
be favourite against Ronnie? The answer's no.
Of course he wouldn't.
Not a chance.
Right. Well, I'll just tell you before we go the prediction table because it currently stands It's got at 67 after that
Yeah.
quiz. And we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 right. And
Yes.
1 wrong. So he gets a point off. And Mike, you stand at 43 now. We're getting only 2 right and 3 wrong. So there you
Okay.
go. So 67, 43 to you, Mike, and 30 to me.
And I'll have a quiz for you guys.
It's like playing Steptoe and Son, eh? It's awful.
Yes, well, I should inform our listeners that it's only you and me tomorrow night, Graham.
It is.
No quiz.
Yeah, we'll be talking. Yeah, because Mike's butting out after he stirred the pot a little bit.
I'll find a way to come back. Don't worry. Especially if Byron wins, you'll hear from me.
He's saying that as he's butting out. Yeah, you heard that stuff.
Yeah. Come on, John. You can do it.
Good luck, Scotty.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. See you tomorrow, guys. I'll see you.
Right, see you tomorrow, Graham.
I'll see
See
you
you guys.
Sunday then, Mike.
You will.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Have a good night.